Hello, and welcome to Boho Yoga's virtual practice series, 8 Weeks to Strong and Calm. I'm Rose Schneider, co-owner of Boho Yoga, here with your second yoga and meditation practice. Our last practice centered on the first two yamas, ahimsa, nonviolence, and satya, truthfulness. We practiced meeting ourselves where we're at, with loving awareness and compassion. This practice will theme around the last three yamas: asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, conservation of the vital energy, and aparigraha, non-attachment, non-clinging. Like the first two yamas, ahimsa and satya, these last three yamas group together quite nicely. We can take a look at the theme asteya as it relates to how we treat ourselves. I want to acknowledge that you're taking the time, carving out a space just for you. Continue to do this, right? Putting yourself on your schedule and being mindful not to steal this time away from yourself for the sake of productivity or attending to another person's needs. In this way, by not stealing this precious time away from ourselves, we're practicing brahmacharya, or conservation of the vital energy. By making yourself a priority, attending to your own needs and well-being, we ensure that we don't extend our energy beyond what's reasonable, giving when our stores are full rather than depleting the vital force. Our last yama, aparigraha, or non-attachment, non-clinging, we can embody through our physical practice by taking shapes and allowing the body to drop into support. We signal a certain letting go to the brain and body. Let's do that now as we open our practice with some restorative yoga. This will be a 45-minute gentle practice designed to help you feel and open, lengthen the body. You'll need today for your practice a blanket, a bolster, and then something to support the knees. If you don't have yoga bricks, that's okay. You could use two very big books, maybe Anna Karenina and Moby Dick, or anything, right, that approximates this height. You could even use more rolled up blankets or towels as well. The shape that we'll begin in is a beautiful hip and heart opener, Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle. Set up your support so that you have a pillow and a bolster for your back body. When you get down into your reclined bound angle, if you feel like maybe there's too much exposure to the belly, you'll prop your support up at an incline so that you have less, right, opening through the front body. Place your bricks on either side. Draw the soles of the feet together and the knees apart, resting the knees on the bricks. Even if it's easy for you to bring the knees to ground, please still rest the knees on bricks. We want to signal to the body that it can deeply release. So support. Lie back on your bolster. Settle yourself into ease and comfort. Please make any adjustments the body needs, shimmying the shoulder blades down the back. Allow the rise of the breath to press into the body here. And then release the entirety of the exhale, dropping the weight of your body into the support beneath you. Spending a few moments to settle in. And just a few moments here, settling in, running the breath through the shape. So just allowing the body to take shape here. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feeling the soles of the feet touching. Sacrum dropping towards the earth. The breath moving into the body. Through each inhale, could you really feel your rib cage and belly expand? And through the exhale, commit to dropping the weight of the body into the support beneath you. Continue moving your breath. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, releasing. Allow the flesh of the face to soften. And the skin between the brow to smooth. And continue floating your breath. Establishing the breath as the metronome of your practice. Keep expanding through each inhale. Through the exhale, receiving the support up underneath you. Notice any tendency to grip or hold the body here. Through the exhale, a parigraha, non-attachment, non-clinging. Connect with the feeling of being supported here, perhaps even cradled a bit. Continue moving your breath. Notice what's happening with the mind here. If it's active, return it to the breath. Allow the weight of the pelvis to drop. The inner thighs to release. For a moment here, direct the mind into the soles of the feet. Just feeling the connection there. Delivering the breath deep into the hips. Consider the shape here. The legs in this position, an amplification coil of the body's vital energy. Through the breath and with the intention, could you run the energy through the legs into the right hip joint, right thigh, right knee, right leg, right ankle, right foot, left ankle, left leg, left knee, left thigh, left hip joint to the pelvis. Keep cycling your breath. And then you can keep going here in our practice of brahmacharya, right? Conserving the vital energy. Could you then draw the energy up through the central channel, really expanding through the heart? It's nice for you to envision a light there at the heart center. Try that. Keep going with breath. We'll be here for about 6 more rounds. As you're ready, begin to wiggle toes and fingers. Very gently at first. Continue flushing your breath. And then as you're ready, stretch the legs out in front of you. Stretch the arms back behind you, lengthen into the full body stretch. And then you're just going to snow angel your arms up and down. Keep flushing your breath. Right, and then you'll bend your knees. Remember that you're elevated. Come off of your support. You'll move it aside and then meet me on your back body. Stretch your legs out, your arms back behind you. Breathe in, and then through the exhale, reach through the soles of the feet and into the fingertips. Inhale, let yourself shrink back down. Exhale, full body stretch. Inhale to relax. Exhale, full body stretch. Okay, make a gentle fist with your hands. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, rotate your fists and your feet to the right. Inhale, relax. And exhale, rotate the fists and feet to the left. Let's do that again. Just opening up wrists and ankle joints. Inhale, pause. Exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale to relax. Exhale, rotate to the left. Bring your arms back behind you again. Dig your heels into the mat. Engage your quads. Breathe in, and as you exhale, with your heels dug in, point and flex your toes, dragging the whole back body along the mat. Inhale to relax. Exhale, point flex, point flex, point flex, point flex. Let the head be heavy here. Breathe in, do it one last time. Take your arms out to the side. Stack your right Achilles on top of your first and second left toe, making a little shelf there. Take your left hand to the right shoulder. Breathe in, get nice and long. As you exhale, lift the right hip over to the left. Keep that right shoulder on the ground, gazing at the right fingers. Inhale, coming back through center, stacking left foot on right, right hand to left shoulder. Exhale, lift the left hip over to the right, gazing at the left fingers. Coming back through on the inhale, right foot stacks on left, left hand to right shoulder. As you exhale, find a twist. Take your time. Inhale, coming back through center, left foot on right, right hand to left shoulder. Exhaling into the twist. Inhaling back through, right foot on left, left hand to right shoulder, exhaling to twist. Inhale back through, exhale, left foot on right, right hand to left shoulder, exhaling to twist. Could you do that one more time on your own, flowing with your own breath? And just kind of wringing the rope here, full body twist. Really press through your feet. Back through center. Stretch long, inhale. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, last time, stretch long. Exhale, one knee in. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, left knee in. Last time, reach into the fingertips and then draw your knees towards the chest. Go ahead and press the knees towards you. Maybe the hips lift up a little bit. And then extend your legs up to sky. Point and flex your toes. Circle your ankles. And then let's start to drop one leg down. Exhaling to lift it back up. You can bend your knee too if you need. Inhale to drop the other leg down. Exhale to bring it back up. Touch both feet to earth. Stretch long. Inhale. And then exhale, you can draw both knees in, round up. Just a little more core engagement. Inhale, dropping down. Exhale, hugging up. Inhale, dropping down. Last time. Exhale, drawing knees in. Drop your knees over to the right. You're going to just actually roll onto your whole right side body. Take your left arm over your ear, and then just going to get a little up and down there. And now we're going to drop into the twist for a moment. So that left arm doesn't have to make it to the ground. No problem. You can even support it if you like. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe your right hand rests at the top of the left thigh hip. Press it away. Send some breath into the shape, right? It might feel a little different, the movement of breath. Turning your head towards your back arm, breathing deeply. Slowly start to gaze back up towards the ceiling. You can take one leg at a time, rolling onto back body, and then just kind of rock out here. I like to explore different rocks, right? So rocking side to side, getting a good massage of the kidney band, or even revolving the knees a bit here, massaging the sacrum. Take your time. When you're ready, draw the knees up and then over to the left. Bringing the right arm up, you can do a little bit of work at the shoulder joint there for a moment. And then settling into your twist. Maybe taking the left hand to the right hip, pressing it away. Moving breath through the shape. Okay. Keep breathing here. Explore the breath. Twist are such a incredible boon to our yoga practice, helping to wring out and release on the physical, emotional, energetic bodies. And the shapes also help us to open the intercostal muscles of the ribs. So when we release from the twist, we have a little more lung capacity in theory. They also release the intervertebral muscles of the spine, some of the hardest working muscles we have. Send your breath through the body. Last couple of breaths. Before you lift your legs, you're going to turn your head, gazing up at the ceiling. Take your right leg up, then your left leg, and rock side to side. Circling knees. Okay, draw your right knee towards your chest. Extend your right leg up to sky, either using a strap to bind the foot if the toe is unavailable, or interlacing your fingers behind the leg. Press the leg back into the interlace, and please breathe. Breathe rhythmically, deeply. Funneling your awareness into the body. Last couple of breaths here. And then take your left leg up through the exhale, release your right leg down. We're looking for the sensation more in the belly of the muscle here. So if you feel that migrating up to the sit bone or too much pull behind the knee, give yourself a little more slack. Right? Remember, you're ahimsa, non-harming. Observe how tension migrates here. And if you feel grippy through the jaw, you can use the exhale and the awareness to simply release. Keep flushing breath through the back line of your leg. And then as you're ready, go ahead and pick that right leg back up, pointing and flexing the toes, circling the ankles. Taking the soles of the feet together and the knees apart, let's exhale to reach up. Maybe you reach for the interlace behind the outer edge of the feet, or maybe you catch a hold of the ankles. You're going to rest the legs on the arms, press through the balls of the feet, and then open the heels apart so you feel some stretch through the inline of your leg. Okay, release here. Stretching long. And then exhale, hug your knees in. Rock it from side to side. We're going to meet when you're ready on the belly. Take your legs wide here. Again, draw the soles of the feet together, but this time in a different shape. And then you're just going to try to press your thigh bones into your hip socket. So you just feel a little hug for your sacrum. Send breath where it's needed. And then I'll release here. Walk the feet back hip width apart. And then I'm just going to kick my right heel towards my hip. I'll catch a hold of my foot and then release my head back to my hand. Play around with the position of your pelvis, dropping the pubic mound towards the earth, reaching the tail through the legs. Traction your thigh bone towards your knee. Send breath into the quad. Okay, and then release here. Squeeze and release your quad a couple times. Send some blood flow to the knee. And then switch sides as you're ready. Give it a kick, and then catch a hold. Adjusting the position of the pelvis ever so slightly, and then reaching the quad towards the knee. And then release here. Taking the hands up underneath you. Make a loop of your shoulders. Press yourself up to your hands and knees now. And we'll do a few rounds of our cat-cow as you're ready, floating with breath. This is really a desert island posture, meaning that if you could only take 5 shapes with you, right, this would be a great one. So do it every day. Keep spine mobile, hips happy. Connect with your breath. Okay. And then you'll grab your blanket. And you're going to make a little roll with your blanket. So I'm going to go about halfway here. And then I'm going to take the blanket and place it right at the crease of my hips and belly. Okay, now I'm going to rest on my forearms, pressing the forearms into the mat. I'll tuck the toes here, lift the thighs, and then lift up a bit. Press back through the heels, and see if I can draw the back of the heart through. Breathe into the front body. And then exhale to release. Hands come up underneath you. Maybe you lift a little, widen the legs if that feels nice. Press tops of the feet into mat. And then lower down before you transition back to hands and knees. Draw the navel to the spine and then sit back to your child's pose. So you have this roll here you can rest your arms on and your head. Allow the breath to move through the body. Bringing the palms together, taking the hands towards the upper back. Continuing to breathe. Take your time. Let's meet back on our hands and knees. Feel free to pad the knees with your blanket as you need. And then let's reach back with our left leg. Find a spread of your toes. Reach through the heel, really stretching your calf here. Now give the leg a little wag, initiating that from the hip joint. Come onto the top of your foot here, stretching through the ankle. You can take a little bend into the elbows as the heart goes through. And now we're going to trace our circles. Just left heel to the left or right heel to the right, depending on which one you got up. And we're just shifting weight forward and back. Nice mobile ankle joint. Okay. Take your left leg up, or your right leg, whichever one is back. Cross it over. Allow your heel to come forward, so you're kind of in a deconstructed pigeon. And now you're just going to start to crawl that foot along the diagonal, option to find the forearms. Press your front leg into the mat. And then release here. Picking that left leg up and around, and dropping knee to ground. Again, meeting back on the hands and knees. Stretching back through the second side, spread your toes. Breathing rhythmically and fluidly. Wagging out. Stretching the ankle. And then mobility for the ankle. Rotating, tracing a circle. And breathing. Picking up your leg, crossing it over, walking it along the diagonal. And then release here, picking up the leg. Go ahead and lower it down. Wagging out the hips. Interlace of your fingers behind the back, lift up. And then meet me in a comfortable seat. Let's find a simple seated twist. Bringing the left hand to the left knee, right hand behind. As you inhale, lift, and as you exhale, take a little twist. Find some breath through the collarbones, turning the head. You could decide if you like to reach for that right knee, crossing the body. Keep length. Try to isolate the twist from the upper thoracic spine. And then start to slowly unwind here. Switching sides. Breathing deeply. And then release. Take the legs out wide. Take the fingertips behind you. So we're pressing through the legs, reaching up with the heart. And then as you exhale, you maybe try a tilt forward if that feels nice. You want to keep a sense of spaciousness in your lumbar spine, so there's no pain there. If there is, please try grounding through the legs a little more, exhaling the navel back towards the spine. Inhale, creating length, and then exhale, maybe a little fold. Breathe. We're going to take about 3 more breaths here. Making our way all the way back up. Drawing our legs together now. Bringing the left foot in front. I'm just going to start to walk forward as much as is comfortable with my knees. You may begin to feel some sensation in the outer hip. As you do, pause and just inquire whether the body would appreciate more depth or more support. Feel free to wag around a little bit. And then you may decide you want to walk your arms and your torso over to the right. And I like to just kind of crawl my left hand a little further away, and then maybe even just pull the floor towards me a bit so that I'm bending into the left elbow. Play around here with gentle micro movement. Try lifting up the left shoulder. Observe how the position of the shoulder affects the flank and the hip. And then slowly taking your way back into the neutral position. Coming all the way up. Switching the direction of the legs. Taking your time into the fold. Continuing to breathe fluidly and rhythmically. And just feeling into the body. Option to travel over to the left. Cultivating a little more stretch through that right arm. Exploring very gentle micro movement here. Sending the breath where it's needed. Traveling back to the neutral position. And all the way back upright. Be in a seat that's comfortable and supportive. If you decide you can sit up against a wall or in a chair, you can stretch the legs out if the knees are tender here. I'm going to sit in my cross-legged seat and then shut down the eyes as you're ready. Shift the weight back and forth through the sit bones. See if you can bring your shoulders over your outer hips and your ears over your shoulders. Perch the weight of the head. Feel that thread drawing up through the crown. Quiet the energy around the root of the tongue. And allow for the tip of the tongue to rest at the back of the teeth. Feel the expanse of each inhale press into your shape. And through the exhale, connecting with the ground, aspiring towards the heavens. Releasing the grip of the hands. Practice Saparigraha there. Allowing the corners of the mouth to rise gently. Connect the hands with the body, one to the heart and one to the belly in your Karuna Mudra. Go ahead and press a bit into the sternum, press in and up. Fill the hands with breath. As you exhale, feel the navel draw back to the spine. Take the hands to the sides of the head. Breathe in. Exhaling, gathering up the mental energy. Hands meet. Breathe. Exhale, dropping the mind to the heart. Inhale, taking the hands to the sides of the hips. Heart is open. Exhale, gathering up the vital energy. Breathe as the hands touch. Exhale, drawing the life force up into the body. Brahmacharya. Feel the body alive. Hopefully the head space a little clearer, a little quieter. You're welcome to finish your practice in your upright meditation. Or you could join me on the back body for legs up the wall. You may wish to use support up underneath the hips. You'll start with your legs, with your hips sideways to the wall. Take your hands behind you and then toss your legs up. Your hips don't have to be right up against the wall. In fact, if the hamstrings feel a little tighter today, you might want some space. There's the option to place support up underneath the pelvis. And you can take your arms back behind you. If this bothers the shoulders, take the arms out to the side or on the body. Commit now to dropping into your shape. Letting the weight of the thigh bones rest in the hip socket. Allowing the blood flow to move with the aid of gravity rather than against it. Bringing fresh oxygenated blood to the brain. Nothing left to do here. stay in your Viparita for at least 9 breaths, but maybe even 10 or 20 minutes, as long as you have. Just release all effort in body and breath. Practice receiving the effects of your work. Thank yourself for making time for you today. For practicing pure presence with self. Tending to body, mind, and spirit. Turning one last time in our practice to our yamas, our ethical restraints. Ahimsa, non-violence, non-harming. Satya, truth, willingness to be present with oneself. Observing the natural ebbs and flows. Steya, non-stealing, giving yourself time and permission to care and ground yourself. Tuning into the flow of your own energy body and being selective with the utilization of your energy, keeping it more contained than spilling out unintentionally. Brahmacharya. And then finally, releasing attachment even to the effects of your work here. Releasing attachment, releasing expectation, just letting go, dropping in. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.